We're at the tippity tip top of Crocodile Isle at Rool's Keep. Stuff starts getting hard and serious, so pay attention. This is difficult. Roll over this way. We're gonna avoid you. See you later, buddy. Alright, Dixie Kong's who we're after. We gotta throw her up this way, because there's some secret stuff. You get some coins and bananas. Wonderful thing. We're gonna ignore Ungard, sucker. See you later, Ungard. Fine, we'll go after Ungard. Never mind. It's cool. He'll help us out in this level, actually. I don't want to ignore Ungard. He's really handy. He can do this charge thingy, and it really helps for this level, honestly. We're gonna spend most of this place as Ungard. You can charge through most of it if you really know where you're going. You definitely want to charge through there because it leads to a bonus room. We're going to collect the stars. Well, this is another instance of those levels where you don't have to collect every star. You just need 100 of them. There's plenty more than that in this level. As long as you just kind of keep diving back and forth here, you're hopefully going to get enough. If not, you know, the bonus level doesn't drop you off too far away from it. You should be able to keep another chance. We'll get our coin and continue on. So this level, it's the first real ice level, I guess. We already had that one in Lost World, but that like half counts. I don't know. But it's kind of a tough level. You got all these instances where the water level's going to rise and lower. You got to charge yourself forward and make sure that you go with the water level. It's really going to slow you down. It won't completely hamper you. If Ungard's out of water, he's not completely worthless. There we go. Good thing that was there. He's not completely worthless out of water. If you get stuck above on land, then you can still charge forward, which will be a lot slower, and you'll need to be able to get in the water eventually. Charge forward at the very top of the water there, you're going to run into the DK coin, hopefully without any trouble. Little secret cove over here. There's a lot of, like, secret bananas and coins and just stuff to grab in this level. You just gotta swim a little bit out of your way. It's not too difficult. Do another charge here. If you ever reach the top of the water, odds are you have to charge in a direction or the other, because it's going to lower. It's going to lower here, too, but this one we shouldn't have any problem with. Grab that one up, because you can't have enough of those. But you want to go to the right here instead of the left. There's a secret area, and guard turns into another one up, and we get another bonus round, too. So we'll find the coin. This one's easy enough. You just got to roll down here. There's a treasure chest. I'm sure you're all familiar with this. You just hit all the bees with the treasure chest. And it's going to turn into the creme coin. I mean, there's no other way to take out the bees, so it's not like you have to worry about accidentally killing one and not having enough to get the coin into her. Oh yeah, dumps us off right at the end of the level. Just float on down to whatever you want. Water level lowers, which is nice, I guess. It's not completely necessary. That's a nice quick level. It's an easy start to this world, honestly. We're going to go to Windy Well, which is significantly harder. If you're playing the Game Boy Advance version of this is actually the 4th level of the world, I believe, and the 2 after this are actually pushed up 1, so... Same levels, just rearranged order. I actually kind of like the other order better, just because, like, this is kind of a tough level. It just kind of blindsides you almost. Yeah, as you can see, this is basically the exact opposite of Parachute Panic. Instead of slowly descending down, you're slowly floating up instead. You can control your ascent by pressing up to go faster or down to go slower. And, oh, I did research. You guys should be proud of me. It turns out that purple parrot actually has a name, but first you roll down here. There's a bonus barrel. And all you gotta do is roll off that platform. Don't jump or the wind's gonna start carrying you off. And this is easy enough, just float up here and kill all these enemies. But yeah, apparently there's a Swanky's bonus game that asks what the parrot's name is, and it gives you 3 options, and Flapper, I believe, is the correct one. Kinda strange, but, I guess officially or unofficially, no, I'm telling this wrong. I think it asks what Squawk's name is, and then it gives you 2 others, and one of them's Flapper, and, like, people adopted that unofficially or something. And then Donkey Kong Country 3, the same parrot comes back with an official name, Quawks. Either that or I'm mixing those up and it's the other way around. The point is, there's 2 names depending on who you ask, depending on the game. Throw your partner up there instead of jumping. If you jump, the wind's going to start blowing you and you're going to have to avoid the bees. Otherwise, you know, you can just run across like normal. If you don't have your partner, tough shit. Suck it up and don't get items. Roll and jump off here. You want to get as far as you can to the right because that's where the DK coin is. But that wind's going to blow you up into the bees, so you don't want that. Bees they're sharp. Look at them. They have like 30 goddamn stingers on their back. It's crazy. So just a little bit farther. There's a whole lot of bees to avoid, and there you go. You see what happens when you don't avoid them. You lose somebody, and you gotta worry for the rest of the level. Well, it's okay, we're near the end of it. Just get this guy out of the way. Basically, if you're looking for hidden items or areas and stuff in this level, try to avoid jumping if you're on a platform. Most likely that jump is going to start blowing you up into the air again, and once you get up here, there's no backtracking from it. You can't get back down because the wind's too strong. Fall over this way, you want to hit this guy, and we're going to use him to take out the sword dude and enter the bonus barrel. It's a little tough if you miss the barrel dude, because getting past that sword guy's a pain without getting hit. So this one you gotta act quick for. They don't give you a whole lot of time to do this. Squawks is gonna help you get all these stars, but you really gotta work for it. See, 5 seconds left. Cutting it kinda short, but still got it anyway. Bring Squawks back into the level, he turns into bananas. And if you want anything from the end goal here, you want to grab onto that hook. It's the only way to float over to the right, and it'll drop you off on here. We'll get the G. That's G. Didn't get any of the other letters, just the G. That's the only letter we need, I guess. Oh, that doesn't matter. We're on to Castle Crush, and very obviously, to its namesake, the floor is rising, and it's going to crush you into the castle if you aren't careful. I hear Diddy Kong. I don't see Diddy Kong. Where is he? Here he is. He's our guy inside of the... But hold on to the barrel here. You want to hit the sword guy, go to the left, and it's Ramby. Now look, that floor will conveniently just wait for you to turn into this. It's the kindest death floor ever, really. It's willing to wait. It knows it wants to kill you. It's going to be a sport about it, though. It's going to play fairly. So with our buddy Ramby, we get to just charge into most of the enemies here. You get a whole lot of... There's a lot of spinies in this level, little porcupine guys, and there's a lot of the clamp-ons as well. And, generally, you can avoid some of the enemies. They'll get crushed in the wall sooner or later. But the really tough part is that, not here because you're Ramby, who the fuck cares, but later on they're going to throw a lot of spinies and clamp-ons at you at the same time, and you kind of got to stay alert as to which one you're rolling into, which one you're jumping on, because you can only defeat them one or the other way. Jump over the crook's hook there. And that's a cool little thought of how to use that enemy in this game, honestly. Just have him inaccessible to kill him, but he's still gonna throw his hook at you, and you gotta avoid it a few times before you get the chance to kill him. So look, the floor's playing fair again. We get to charge this ball and into a bonus room. And that's what you need Ramby for, really. If you don't have him, by the time you get there, you're completely screwed. There's no way to do it. I gotta kill all these bees here. It's not a big deal. If you miss any of them, I believe the floor will kill them anyway, so... It's all good. It'll work itself out. You get to the top, get the creme coin, and no more Rambys. Rambys aren't allowed here. We don't take kindly to Rambys. It's okay. The Kongs will be more than enough to get us through. See, they start throwing the clamp-ons and the... God, I feel so bad using that. I don't like the word clamp-on. I don't. I think I've said that before. It sounds dirty. If you drop down there, you get the O. Otherwise, you just get back up here and you gotta wait a few seconds for the floor. It's like my least favorite part of the level right here, just because you gotta wait. There we go. Alright, so back up here. The cool thing is they give you a bunch of those dudes in a row. You can just plow right through them, and it's fun. It's never not fun to do that. After the checkpoint barrel, you want to pay attention. To the left, there's a banana that shows you can go through that wall, and we get to be Squawks now. Which is awesome, because we don't have to worry about that stupid floor to catch up on. We just go through this level to our heart's content. We don't have to wait for anything to push us through it. We just have to avoid bees. Be very careful, Squawks. You're living dangerously. Go down here before the floor catches up. There's a DK coin. See, if you weren't Squawks, then the floor would be above that at this point. Plus, if you weren't Squawks, you couldn't get this TNT barrel going to the next bonus room. Let's see what this one has for us. This one's not too bad if you're paying attention, especially with Diddy Kong, since he's faster than Dixie. But all you really gotta do is run and avoid getting crushed by this floor and the ceiling here. It starts getting faster and they start throwing more of them at you, but I mean, just keep paying attention. Even the bananas will show your way. Almost at the end. Just jump top here. Here we go, crimpling. See, not too bad. Alright, let's see what we got after this. Just go over this way. And here's our good old friend Floor again. Waiting to bring us to new heights. And I always thought this was kind of weird. Like, they kind of explain how the floor works by having that hole in between it. Like you could see in the background there where there's more floor. There's that hole where the rest of the walls and everything go through. But at the same time, like, how does it crush you if they're on two separate layers? I know I'm complaining about video game physics here. Diddy, what are you doing? There's no time for a dance, Diddy. I'm trying to explain something. But, like, the whole 3D thing, it doesn't really work too well for this since the floor would just phase through walls, and I don't know, I'm sure you get the point I'm trying to get at. It's confusing and it's weird, but I still like it. So jump over these bees. They're kind of like deadly jump ropes. You just jump at the right time. That banana's going to show you the safe place, so just jump over towards it, let them get hit by the floor, not a big deal. Hit him with the barrel, because he's big and dangerous. I don't know what the difference between the red ones and the blue ones are. Maybe you can't, like, use your partner throwing them or something. And I really like this part here. You might think I'm crazy for this, but I like the idea of having both crooks just sitting there, and you have to kind of switch off between jumping for both of them. Makes you pay attention for a while. Makes you get some really good jumps in before they both just die in the walls. So really creative use of enemies that they've already established instead of bringing new tricks and puzzles in. They just make really good use of the old ones. I like it. More those claptrap guys. Just jump over them. Don't worry about the spiny in between. Because if you roll into him, you're probably going to roll into the mouth of the other dude. If you grab that barrel, you could take out that bee, get a couple items over here, and more importantly, get up high enough to jump on the edge. If you don't have that, I mean, you could throw your partner up there too. You can't get the items because I think the floor swallows them up, but it's not a big deal. Viper's Caverns, another ice level, and this isn't too bad. You want to start off by throwing your partner up here. There's 4 of these guys, but jump after the 4th. That 5th one tricks you, because he's gonna eat you up if you don't jump. So we're in a bonus room immediately, and this actually looks a lot harder than it really is. You'd think the slanted floor is gonna screw you up since it's all icy and slippery, but it doesn't go. It doesn't make you move quick enough to really be any trouble. Throw your partner up again, and we aren't done with just one partner throw. The DK coin's up there, and you don't want to miss that. Or else, not only are you going to have to go through the level again, but the bonus room as well. So what Clapper does in this level, he still cools off the water, but he cools it off to a point that it freezes over temporarily. You can use the ice to maneuver yourself over to the next area, and the ice is slippery enough that you could duck and still move for a while, which is nice for getting under those bees. Once the water level raises here, that fish isn't going to be a problem for a little bit, so just relax for now. We've got a guard to help us out. If you move to the left section there, there's an banana in front of that wall, and you know what that means. It's a bonus room. It was nice of them to market it for you, I guess. And look, he's a fish out of water. It's not good. Just charge forward, and just keep charging. Eventually, you're going to run to the crimp point. See, there it is. Not a big deal, but just do it before you get all the way out of water, because you're going to move a lot slower. You won't get as far, always being out of water. Alright, avoid that big buff dude, and on to the checkpoint. So, obviously, if the water unfreezes, and it unfreezes fairly quickly, so you gotta keep a move on, and you're gonna get eaten by that fish there. If you throw your partner up into that banana, there's actually an invincibility barrel hiding there. It lets you go down here, get some coins, not that we really need a whole lot of them now, but get the G, because, oh, crap, don't get the G. That was a bad idea for every reason possible. I didn't even have the O, I lost Diddy Kong. Throw a barrel there, because it takes out, like, all of these bees. It's pretty awesome. If you're actually good at it, you can just take out everyone. And I guess it's a good thing we still have Dixie, because then we get to use the barrel at the end, shoot ourselves into an item, get out of here. Alright, chain link chamber. Where do these Kongs carry all these instruments the whole time? I don't think I've ever questioned that until now. It's not important, we're in chain link chamber. And this is another, it's like a rigging level, but it's inside of a castle instead. There's a lot of climbing to do here. And there's a lot of these areas right here with enemies that are all over these chains. You gotta be very careful. It starts easy enough with these. They're easy to predict, but they start getting filled up with bees, and you gotta time yourself better than I do, or else you'll lose a Kong and feel stupid. And holy shit! Oh my god, just stop rushing into things. See, like, it's a terrible thing to do. You rush in, and you're just gonna get yourself killed. You'll get your head cut off by a hook, and you won't get into bonus barrels like that if you just rush blindly into terrible situations. You use the cannonball to take out the first bees, hiding bananas, but other than that, the thing's useless to you. You don't even have to do that. You just jump over all these guys. That's all you gotta do. They get closer together, but you just keep calm with your jumping, you're gonna get yourself another coin. Hey, look, a DK barrel. Perfect. Dixie's back with us. Now I can start charging into things again. You have two options here. You can go to the left path or the right path. I always like the right path just because, I don't know, I think these rotating barrels are cool, I guess. Otherwise, I've got no reason for it. They both lead you to the same area, and they both have an O on each side of them. But once you collect the O, then the other one disappears. So 2 O's in the level, you only need 1. Invincibility to the left of that single banana there. It's very helpful. And look, there's a checkpoint, too. It's weird that they kind of hide it off to the side there. You gotta look for the checkpoint. But just keep climbing up. You don't have a whole lot that you're missing there. We can even take these bees out, so you don't have to worry about the timing. So that's helpful. Otherwise, we'd have to jump as fast as our monkey little paws can handle it. Avoid those bees. This part's difficult. These bees keep circling around this area, and there's a ton of them, so you gotta be very, very careful with where you're climbing, especially because it takes a while. If you climb too close to the ground, the sword guy's gonna chop you up. So the banana, not just there for no reason. There's an N, but if you keep going to the right, it's our DK coin. And back here, you gotta switch between the left link and the right link, just to make sure those cannonballs don't hit you. And we'll take revenge on them. We can go through this wall, hit those guys and knock them out, and they're even guarding a bonus room. So I guess we'll go in here while we're at it. This one's easy enough, just a bunch of rotating barrels. You don't even have to worry about climbing on those chains at all. The bananas will point your way every single time. The last one, you just shoot yourself right on up and into the nether coin. Okay, so we're getting more towards the end of this. This is where the timing part starts kicking in. You gotta keep jumping or else these bees are gonna catch up to you. It's kinda difficult. You're panicked, but keep with it. There's a really easy way to do this. Remember the water glitch I showed you way back in World 2? You could do the same thing with these chains here. You just do a kind of duck slide thing off of the edge, and as long as you're still ducking, you're not going to come in contact with any of those chains. It really makes that a lot easier, but unfortunately there's no way to do it up, so you gotta jump like crazy, because those bees are catching up. Holy crap, look out! Okay, it's pretty intense there, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know, you think they're gonna catch up to you, and then it goes on forever, and you're hoping for it to end, and it finally does, right before they run into your little monkey hide. Climb past the end goal there's the G, collect our Kong letters, and drop into bananas. Alright, okay, Rules keeps going pretty smoothly so far, honestly. We got a couple more levels left for our big, horrific boss fight. I don't know. So Toxic Tower, it's actually the last level, and we have one more level left. I apologize. I can't count, ever, at all. I'm completely illiterate. Anyway, you've got this green stuff here. It's very bright, and it kind of hurts your eyes, but more importantly, it's going to hurt everything else, and I do mean everything if you fall inside of it, so don't do that. It's very dangerous. It's highly toxic, and, you know, it probably contains things that cause, I don't know, it's not gluten-free, it's high in fat. It'll kill you, so just stay out of the way of it. Play as readily for the first part of this level. You hit that bees, guarding a DK coin. So hopefully you're traveling fast enough that the slime hasn't caught up to you yet. Use him to bounce up. If there's any part that you can't bounce up into the next section, just hold down the A button, charge up one of those super jumps, and go for it. That jump's a little hard just because it's hard to see the bees underneath you as you're going for it. So, kind of a leap of faith, but if you know how the bees move, you should be alright. Go up this way. And a lot of this, honestly, if you just keep your cool, don't do that, go to the right here, because there's the O. The O isn't over to the left side, I believe, so if you want a letter, do it that way. I don't know why I care, I don't even have a K. Now we get to play as Squawks, and the slime starts climbing faster here, so you don't want to fall into that toxic mess, not at all. But for the first part with Rattly, it's more about getting your jumps down right than it is really worrying about that toxic goo, because it doesn't climb as high as you'd think it would, like as fast anyway. There's a secret area there, it's marked by a single banana, so don't miss that, there's fantastic stuff in there. There's the end, but whatever, we don't have a K. Keep going this way. If you've noticed so far, there's kind of a lack of bonus rooms in this level. There's only one of them, and it's near the very end of the place, so all you really gotta focus on is getting to the top of this level. It's not too bad with Rattly as long as you keep your cool and just, like, get all your jumps correct. You shouldn't fall into the slime. With Squawks here, it's a little more difficult just because the goo, like, climbs up quicker, and because there's a whole lot of bees and everything here, you feel a little more rushed. Once you get to Squitter, though, everything's gonna be okay. We're gonna make some webs here, climb ourselves up this way. That bee's guarding a secret, so let's go inside of there and into the bonus room for the stage. We gotta find a token, that won't be that hard. All we gotta do is make some web platforms to Squitter. I'm gonna take my time with this one, because the bad news is if you screw it up, when you come out of the level, the slime is way too high for you to go and give it a second chance. It's covering up the bonus barrel by that point, and you won't be able to get it out. Well, the good news is they give you plenty of time to get up there. You shouldn't feel rushed at all, and there's really no trick to it. It's just another bramble bonus. Squitter turns into absolutely nothing. Feel a little jip, but if you go here, the slime's gonna fall down a little bit. You can go underneath the goal for 2 up, and you know, that'll make you feel better. You don't have to turn into everything anytime. So cool, that level's all taken care of. We're gonna go to the boss for the world. We can't actually go to the Lost World level yet. I'm gonna show you this because we don't have enough creme coins. It's terrible, actually. We're missing like 3 of them, I think. But if we go to Club's Kiosk, we only have 12 of them. He needs 15 for us. And there's no way I'm fighting the guy. He's got muscles on top of his muscles. And his club probably has muscles under those spikes, too. I'm not dealing with that. We'll just go to the boss instead. It's Stronghold Showdown. Sounds like pretty horrifying, actually. It sounds like a crazy, but it's Donkey Kong and creme coin, and he's missing. What in the world? That was what a tease. That wasn't a boss at all. He's getting away with our best friend Donkey, and we won't let that happen. So I will see you for the next world in the next video. See you later, guys.